Okay, this is video 8.2, capacity and weight in the customary system. This is the title, 8.2, and the guiding question that we are focusing on is, how do we use a WGU table to convert measurements of capacity and weight? Pretty much like yesterday's. I want you to pause the video and I want you to copy down this information right here. These are examples of these units. This is a real life model of these units of capacity and weight. Capacity is, so pause the video and I want you to copy down this table. Pause it now, please. I will be checking on your Cornell notes for this table. The next thing I want you to copy down is something that you learned in elementary school, King G. I hope you learned this. This is King G stands for gallons. And in King G's family, there were 4 queens. His grandma, his mom, and his 2 sisters. They were all queens. And then each queen had, okay, so each queen had a prince and a princess. A prince and a princess. Okay? And then each prince and each princess had 2 cats. Does this look familiar? If you can remember this story, this can help you convert. Okay, so there's King G, and he had 4 queens in his family, grandma, mom, and 2 sisters. Each queen had a prince and a princess, and then each prince and each princess had 2 cats. Okay, then that helps you remember that in 1 gallon there are 4 quarts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in each quart is 2 pints, and in each pint is 2 cups. So if I said how many cups are in a quart, all you have to do is count the C's that are in 1 Q. So in 1 quart there are 1, 2, 3, 4 cups. So that is King G. Okay. Then we're going to continue practicing the WGU tables. Okay, so like I said, these are your capacity units right here. We've got ounces, cups, pints, quarts, gallons. These are all things that can hold a liquid, like measure a liquid or measure things that you can pour. If you think about the word cap in capacity, cap right here. If you wear a cap on your head, it's on your head. If you turn it upside down, you can put stuff inside it. Okay, that's capacity. So you copied down that table. Now I want you to pause the video and you're going to copy this one down. This is weight. When we weigh things to see how heavy they are. Okay, that's that. So I want you to pause it and I want you to copy down this table. Okay, let's go on to number 1. I'll be checking to see if you copied down the tables in your Cornell notes. Okay, I'm not going to give points to those of you. I'm not going to give you a raffle ticket if you don't have those tables copied down. So pause it now and go back if you need to. Okay, so for number 1, 2 pints equals how many quarts? Cups. This is pints and cups. Okay, that's your words, pints and cups. And when I look at my reference materials, my math chart, I see that there is 1 pint equals 2 cups. 1 pint equals 2 cups. And they're asking, what about 2 pints? So 2 pints would go here. And then what do? We just cross multiply. 2 times 2 is 4. And then divide. 4 divided by 1 is 4. Okay. Number 2, we're talking about ounces and cups. Ounces and cups. And our given information says that there is 8 fluid ounces in 1 cup. 8 ounces in 1 cup. What if there was 32 ounces? Okay, so 1 times 32 is 32, and then 32 divided by 8 is 4. For number 3, 3 pounds is how many ounces? So there's pounds and there's ounces. LB is pounds. Think about what pounds is in Spanish. So when I look at my chart, I see that 1 pound is 16 ounces. So then 3 pounds. Now let's cross multiply and divide. 16 times 3 is 48, and 48 divided by 1 is 48. Number 4. Quarts and gallons. Quarts and gallons. Okay, and there on my math chart it says that 1 gallon is 4 quarts. Those are our queens. We have 4 queens. King G had 4 queens in his family. And then here we have 16 quarts. In our unknown, we don't know how many gallons that is. That's the unknown. 1 times 16 is 16. And then 16 divided by 4 is 4. Okay, number 5. Quarts and pints. Quarts and pints. On our math chart, it tells us that there's 1 quart equals 2 pints. And our question says, what about 3 quarts? 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 divided by 1 is 6. Okay, number 6, tons and pounds. Tons and pounds. There's 1 ton to 2,000 pounds. Okay, and it says, well, what about 3 tons? 2,000 times 3 is 6,000. Divided by 1, that is 6,000. Number 7. Cups and quarts. Cups and quarts. Okay? Now, we have a problem here because they tell us that 1 quart is 2 pints, and 1 pint is 2 cups. So we're going to have to do 2 WGU tables because quarts, cups and quarts is not on there. Okay? So we have to figure out cups to pints first. Okay? In 1 pint, there are 2 cups. So for 16 cups, that's 1 times 16 is 16, divided by 2 is 8. Now this becomes our given information. So on our second WGU table, we're using quarts, which is on our question, and pints, which is what we had to convert it to. Look at your math chart. There it says 1 quart equals 2 pints. So 8 pints would be, okay, now we have to go this way. 8 times 1 is 8, divided by 2, that is 4. Okay, so 4 quarts. Okay, and if you go back and look at your King G, if you looked at 4 quarts, that's going to give you 16 cups. And you can go back and look at that picture that you drew. Okay, number 8, we have gallons and pints. Gallons and pints. So I come over here and I look at my WGU table. We don't have gallons and pints. We have gallons to quarts and then quarts to pints. So I'm going to have to go from gallons to quarts. And so I know that 1 gallon is 4 quarts. 2 gallons would be 8 quarts. And then I'm going to change 8 quarts to pints. So this becomes my given information right here. So here's my second WGU table, GU. And now I'm going to go from quarts to pints. So that's 8 quarts. Wait. This comes from the math chart. Quarts and pints. 1 quart equals 2 pints. Okay? And then I want 8 quarts. So 2 times 8 is 16, and 16 divided by 1 is 16. Number 9 is ounces and pounds. And on our math chart it says 1 pound is 16 ounces. Here we have 64 ounces. 1 times 64 is 64. Divide by 16, and that is 4. So 64 ounces is equal to 4 pounds.